Welcome to Chamber Chats, a weekly series by the West Monroe West Washita Chamber of Commerce highlighting our valued members. As always, find out more about the Chamber and our members online at westmonroechamber.org. And now, this week's episode of West Monroe West Washita Chamber Chats.
Welcome to another episode of Chamber Chats, where we film at Louisiana Delta Community College. And today on this episode, we have with us Misty Bowman of Freeze-Dried Bayou Bites. Hi, Misty.
Hey, thank you for having me, Ashley.
Thank you for joining us. I want to talk about what Bayou Bites are.
Well, we take your favorite candies and transform the texture into something light and airy that won't tear your teeth up. So it's great for kids who have braces. They can enjoy all their favorite treats without the gummy, tacky, or anything to destruct all of the expensive dental work that they've had. So not just kids either. You're going into adults who maybe have had some dental issues and can't have their bit of honeys or peanut brittle, fun things like that. We make it so they can enjoy it anytime.
It's going to be your new guilty pleasure, I promise. So how did you get into making this freeze-dried candy?
I tried a bag probably 2 years ago and fell in love with it. It was the best candy ever. It didn't take 5 days to chew. It was just melt in your mouth. But one thing that I probably enjoyed the most is the size of it. Mm-hmm. So this was one of the first candies that I tried. It was the bit of honey. But the lady told me, you can enjoy the whole bag. It's less than one serving. What? What is this sorcery? What are we doing? So they took the candy and cut it into thirds. But through the process of freeze drying, it puffs the candy up. So 3 puffs of this made 1 piece of candy. Wow. So I can enjoy all the things and not feel guilty about what I was eating. So that was another huge plus for me. And then I just went down the rabbit hole. I wanted to try this and this. I wanted to know the science behind it, what made it have this reaction and what did not work. So it was a very fun science project, so to say.
Yeah. What were the first steps to doing this? Because I know not everyone can make freeze-dried candy. So can you tell us a little bit about what process you had to go through to start this business up?
Yes. When I started, I was very green to it. I didn't know how to start a business. I didn't know what was legal, how to cover myself and protect myself as a business, and also how to protect the customers who were purchasing the products. So I started, spoke with one of the members of Chamber, David Cole. He came and gave me some really amazing resources, gave me a list of things to do, and I took his advice. I went down each process. I was in touch with my sanitarian, who was a wholesale, over the wholesale division in Reston, and she guided me from not only being legal to wholesale our products, but also being licensed by the FDA. So we're the only store or company in the entire state of Louisiana who's licensed by the FDA, or we have a permit by the FDA. So all of our bags will have nutrition facts on the back, your ingredients, 100% legal. They all have their UPC codes, and the same with the front of the bag. So we did go through all the legal steps. It was not cheap. It was not easy. It was not fun. It was very scary to me. But in the long run, we know that we have a product, we are protected, our business is protected, and our consumers are protected. Safety while we're producing the products to make sure that there are no cross-contaminations, the allergens are respected, and make sure that everyone on staff knows that and knows how to protect for that.
Yes.
Nothing's worse, working in hospital pharmacy for 18 years made me respect the allergies. Mm-hmm. I've seen what it can do to children, even adults who have brand new allergies that just surfaced. And it's really scary thinking that some people may not know the steps to take and how to protect cross-contamination. So it was a long adventure, and those are just little steps along the way.
It was a long adventure, but let's talk about your growth. You went from one wholesale account. And how many do you have now?
We have 92 wholesale accounts.
Oh my gosh. Just last month, Misty, I think it was 67.
Yeah.
So you grew another 30 more.
And we have accounts waiting in line. One piece of advice that David told me was not to grow too fast. It's okay to be where we're at because we're doing such an amazing thing. We followed the rules. We went the right path. So now we can slow down, take care of the accounts that we have, make sure that they have everything they need, and then we can grow on our terms. So that's what we've worked for. And now that we're here, we're not staying in the shop until 3 o'clock in the morning. We're at an amazing place right now. We've got an amazing staff who helps us. So it's been a really big blessing.
Y'all, you guys have just done so much already. I mean, you really hit the ground running since you came into our office. I want to talk about what award you just won, though. Can you tell us about that?
We won Innovator of the Year at the Small Business Awards, which was a big shock to me. We haven't been, I guess, in our storefront since February. So it was a big surprise to me. I cried about it. All of the hard work that I've put into it, the research, the money, the time, all of that stuff paid off. And I could not have done it without the support from the chamber, without the support of those our sanitarian, the FDA council who worked with us on our labels. I could not have been here without them. So I appreciate it.
In your community, I mean, you've been doing a lot, like you work with the CVB, helping them with one of the luncheons they had and, with us. And so we are grateful to have you as members. You definitely deserve it. You put in a lot of hard work, to get where you are. Where do you see yourself, how do you see yourself expanding your business?
We would love to open another store, probably in North Monroe, Sterlington area. I would love to get there. We also are researching, are almost complete with our franchise opportunities. We would love to have a few stores in other states. But aside from that growth, I went down the path of having trouble to get started with a business and not having all the details that I needed. So something that I wanted to do is help other women who want to start their small business. I want to help them grow also. So that's part of my 5-year plan.
Wow.
Not only have the franchise for freeze-dried Bayou Bites, but to also help more women not be afraid to start their new adventure. Maybe have the resources a little more clearly laid out, but I definitely want to give back and help in that way. And then we're also doing a little thing we haven't announced yet. We are going to do candy camp this summer, and it'll be for young children who love the thought process of freeze-dried candy and possibly become an entrepreneur.
Wow.
So we'll bring them in and show them everything from A to Z, how we run our business, how to process the candy, and have each one of them produce their own buckets of candy.
Wow.
So
is that breaking news for the podcast?
It is. We will actually announce it on Monday on our Facebook page. And it's exciting. There'll be very limited spots, but we've had people very interested in doing that. The right age group, we'll actually have a couple classes, age group under 10 and then above 10. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I love seeing kids just come in and their imagination's going crazy.
Yes, especially when they see all of the candy. They're like, give it to me.
I love it. So those are some big things that we have coming up.
Well, I want to ask you another question. What all do you freeze dry? Is it just candy? Have you expanded in other areas?
We can freeze dry just about anything. However, with our FDA license that we have, we chose not to do dairy. And when I say dairy, I mean milk and ice cream. We chose not to do that. We also chose not to do meat. For us to do any meat products, we would have to go through the USDA, and it's a step that we weren't ready to do yet. So right now we're focusing on that. We are doing some fruits now that we have more machines.
Wow.
So we've done strawberries from Indian Village, and now we're going to start doing some peaches when they start rolling in.
Working with other locals and chamber members.
Yes.
I love it.
That's what our goal is. We want to help work with those people. The chamber is amazing. You've done amazing things for me, and we want to support each other through that.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. Thank you guys for joining us on today's episode of Chamber Chats, filmed right here at Louisiana Delta Community College. We will see you guys next time.